Hello everyone and welcome to the new video of Head Start. Today's video is all about the Hindenburg report, which is nothing but a scam, and we in this video are going to analyze how things are going to change for the better. So on one side of the controversy is the Hindenburg Research Group, which is based out of New York in the United States of America. While on the other hand, we have Adani Group of Industries headquartered in Ahmedabad, India. Now, Hindenburg research firm has indulged in short selling of Adani Group's share. And then after, it has made big claims that Adani Group is playing the biggest con in the share market. The consequence is that the shares of Adani Group of companies started falling, and the Hindenburg research is apparently making profits. Before we proceed any further, let's have a brief introduction about the Hindenburg research. Founded in the year 2017, Hindenburg research has made quite a reputation in making excessive gains by taking a short position first and exposing companies afterwards. Even now, this research firm is operating with just 5 employees. The expose results in declining of shares and they make windfall gains. And they do it only after doing an extensive research about any company. Hindenburg had its biggest success in short selling of Nikola Corporation. However, the subsequent research reports were not a big success for the company. Apparently, the Hindenburg research is now riding merely on its reputation, which has now become dubious or at the very least questionable. The latest report of Hindenburg research on Adani has led the Indian share market by storm. Adani Corporation is said to have lost more than 4 lakh crore in 2 trading days, and more plummeting of stocks is likely to be followed. Gautam Adani, the founder, CEO and chairman of Adani Group, position in the list of richest person of the world has since then slipped from 3rd to 7th in just a time frame of 2 days. So, what are the accusations? Adani Group has engaged in a brazen stock manipulation and accounting fraud scheme over the course of decades. This is the allegation by Hindenburg research firm. The research firm, to support this argument, has given detailed information regarding its research on its website. This has been done only after taking a short position in Adani Group of companies. And Adani Group meanwhile has stated that the allegations of the Hindenburg research are baseless and are targeted for affecting the FPO valuation of the companies, by means of which the company is aiming to raise a sum of rupees 20,000 crores. Adani Group also said that it is exploring legal route by means of which it will take action against such malicious propaganda perpetrated by Hindenburg research. And to counter this, Hindenburg has welcomed this move of Adani Group and even claimed that they are going to welcome it and that they fully stand by their report and believe that any legal action taken against them would be meritless. And if Adani is serious, it should also file suit in United States where they operate. They have a long list of documents and they would demand in a legal discovery process. So what is the bottom line of all this controversy? Let's analyze. Shares of Adani Group of companies has indeed risen manifold over the last few years. Now here we have the graph depicting the shares of Adani Enterprises. Listen, in the March of 2021 it was here, somewhere around here, and from there the maximum position so held was on 18th of November 2022, where the share rose from little less than 100 to that of 4,000 Indian rupees. Coming towards the next company, Adani Gas, it was introduced in the market in the year somewhere around 2020, and since then the company's share again rose. There has been an exponential rise in the company's share, and the maximum gain was 3,980 rupees 90 paisa. That was on 28th of January 2023. Another Adani Green. This company was trading for less than 50 rupees, 30 rupees, somewhere around 2019 to 2020, and then the rally has followed, and the maximum value which it achieved was again 2,882 rupees. Another of the company, Adani Port and Enterprises, here we can see there also we are witnessing a phenomenal rise in the company's share, and since then it has stabilized with the maximum achieved on 16th of September 2022 with a price of rupees 938 rupees. Adani Power is yet another company of this Adani group, where we can see the share prices were trading for less than rupees 50 on March 2020. That was the time when COVID had made its presence and now the maximum again was achieved on 9th of September 2022 with maximum around 400. Adani Transmission, another company listed in the share market of Adani Group. This also witnessed the maximum on 16th of September with price of 4,094 rupees. Now the question is whether the Adani Group is involved in stock manipulation. So before we make any conclusion, let's have a look at the data, and that will make our assessment little more clear. To begin with, let's start with the promoters' shareholding data. Now, promoters are essentially the founders and the initial investors of the company, and it is imperative for us to have a look at the promoters' shareholding in order to analyze what lies ahead. So, in Adani Enterprises, these are the 6 companies listed in stock market. They all belong to Adani Group of companies. Here in Adani Enterprises, we see that the promoters have got a shareholding of 72%. In Adani Gas, another stock market listed company, the shareholder of promoter is 74.8%. Similarly, in Adani Green, it is more than 60%. In Adani Port, it is 65%. In Adani Power, it is 74.9%. This is roughly equivalent to 75%. Again, in Adani Transmission, the share of promoters is 74.19%. Now, what is the method in the madness? If the company promoters were really engaged in manipulation of their share, clearly they would have tried to sell off their stakes in order to reap the benefits of the high volume increase in terms of the share prices as well as the derivatives. But the case is not that. This simply means that promoters have a faith in the company because of which they still remain invested in the same. Now, short selling in India is allowed only on intraday basis, and short selling can also be done through future and option routes. Now, there are just 2 companies of Adani where short selling is possible through future and option routes. That is Adani Enterprises and Adani Ports. So, considering the number of companies Adani has got listed in the stock market of India, the number turns out to be 7. And the number of shares where future and option is possible, that is just 2. Now let's have a look about the future and option data of these 2 companies where future and option sale and trade is possible. The derivative trading is possible. Now this is the graph depicting the future and option data of Adani Enterprises for the upcoming month of February, March and April 2023. The put call ratio in these 3 months is 0.68. That is number of put option traded, number of call option traded ratio, that is PCR. So here we can see this whole thing is constant. While the build up for the month of February 2023 is long unwinding, this means that people are no longer bullish about the rising share in Adani Enterprises. For the same stock in the month of March 2023, there is short build-up. So people are really thinking that the share prices are likely to go down. But the surprising thing is that in the month of April, the same is long build-up. This means that people are expecting that the share prices is going to go up in the month of April 2023. Similar is the case here. We have the graph of Adani Ports where the put call ratio remains the same, that is 1:1.2. This signifies that number of put options traded is more than number of call options traded. So they are having a bearish view. However, when it comes to the build-up sentiment, we can see that in the month of February they have got a very short build-up for February and March 2023. But similar to Adani Enterprises, as we have seen earlier, The sentiment is again of long build up in the month of April 2023. That means that the share is going to take a downturn. This means that the share is going to take a downturn in the month of February and March, and from March onwards this company is going to have a very high return ratio. So what is the conclusion? The conclusion is that the short position held will take down the Adani shares down for the next couple of months. That is going to happen in the month of February and March 2023. The long build-up in future in the month of April 2023 clearly indicates that the stock will go up after a sudden downturn, as we have already seen. And my conclusion is that the Hindenburg research is a scam of its own kind, where they will make profit twice. Once when the market goes down and they have held a short position. Second, when the market goes up, as the data shows clearly in the month ending in April 2023. The overall outlook of the company, it is going to be having to maintain a short position for the next couple of months, and then one can take a long position for the same stocks. Thank you for staying with us and like our video. You may subscribe to Head Start, and thank you.